Welcome, children. Today we are going to have a lovely time learning this lesson, keeping our earth clean. Let us see what this warm-up session has in store for us. Fill in the blanks with should and should not. We dash cut the trees. Is it should or should not? It is definitely should not. We dash throw the garbage in bins. Of course we should. We dash throw plastic bags in the seas, lakes or rivers. We should not. We dash bathe animals in rivers. Now that is also wrong. So it is definitely should not. We dash burn wood. We should not burn wood. Think of any one step that you will take to make the environment better. Discuss. We will not litter roads. I will ride bicycle on the school instead of going by my father's car. We will plant 10 trees in a month. See? Think of more things like this, what you can do. And make it, write it down in your notebook and follow them all the time. Okay, children? Now, great. Let's see what does this lesson have in store for us. Understand how human activities have caused pollution. Differentiate among air, water and land pollution. Follow the steps to avoid pollution in everyday life. Identify the types of waste and how it impacts wildlife. Apply, reduce, reuse and recycle in the daily life. Our earth. Look around yourself, you will find a variety of living and non-living things such as animals, trees, houses, oceans and mountains. All these things make life possible on this beautiful planet called Earth. Our planet Earth is a home to almost billions of different kinds of living organisms. But due to the increase in human activities, harmful substances are being introduced in our environment. It has made our environment unsafe and unclean. The presence of harmful substances in air, water and land is known as pollution. These harmful substances are called pollutants. How human activities can cause pollution. The population of the earth is increasing day by day. With an increased number of people, there is an increase in their demands too. There is a need for more and more houses. For this, more trees are being cut to make land available. A large number of factories are being set up to fulfill the demands of these people. These factories generate a lot of smoke and other harmful waste that is generally dumped on lands into water bodies or burnt. This pollutes land, water and air respectively. Now let's go to air pollution. When unwanted chemicals, gases or particles enter the air, making it unfit for breathing, it is known as air pollution. For example, burning of fuel like petrol or diesel in vehicles releases harmful gases into the air. Similarly, harmful gases from the factories or industries are also released into the air, making it unfit for breathing. This is how air pollution looks like. Okay, children? Let's move further. How do we prevent air pollution? What do? We should plant more trees, more and more trees rather. Planting trees in large numbers is known as afforestation. Trees absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen into air. Factories and industries should be fitted with tall chimneys so that harmful smoke is released higher in the air, away from populated areas. Factories must be located in the outskirts of cities. Vehicles should use non-polluting fuels such as CNG. We should use public transport as much as possible. And what should we not do? We should not cut down trees in large numbers. Cutting down of trees at a large scale is known as deforestation. So in large numbers, when we plant trees, it is called afforestation. And when we cut down trees in a large scale, it is known as deforestation. Okay, now what does outskirts mean? The outside boundaries or surfaces of something. Now let's go to the fact is, Van Motsav is an annual tree planting festival celebrated in India. This movement was started in the year 1950 by Dr. K. M. Munshi. Children, I want you to do thorough research on this, on Dr. Munshi and Van Motsav, and write a few lines about it. Okay, now let's go further to the water pollution. Harmful substances introduced in water bodies such as lakes, rivers and oceans make the water dirty and harmful to use. This is known as water pollution. For example, people who live near lakes or rivers bathe animals and wash utensils or clothes in that water, thereby making it unclean. Also, factories release harmful chemicals waste into the rivers or oceans. Many harmful disease-causing organisms grow in this polluted water, causing diseases like diarrhea and typhoid. Polluted water also harms the plants and animals living in these water bodies. Now, how do we prevent water pollution? What do we do? The dirty water from the factories and industries should be treated well before letting it into the seas or rivers. We must avoid the use of plastic bags as they block the drains and stop the flow of dirty water. They are also harmful for sea animals. What should we not do? Do not throw oil, chemicals, paint or medicines down the drain, sink or toilet. We should not overuse pesticides or fertilizers in our garden, farms or agricultural lands, as these chemicals can run off to the nearby water bodies, thereby polluting them. We should not bathe animals or wash clothes or utensils near a water body such as a lake or river. Now we move further to land pollution. When harmful substances are mixed with the soil, it causes destruction of Earth's land surface. This is known as land pollution. This often occurs when waste, mostly from the domestic, industrial and agricultural use, is not disposed of properly, or when this waste, such as insecticides and pesticides, is used with effects like the quality of the soil. This is how land pollution looks like, children, and we can already see over here, because I see every day when I come over here that there is ample amount of land pollution happening here, okay, in Kalher. How do we prevent land pollution? What should we do? We should plant more trees. Trees keep the soil firm and do not allow harmful things to get mixed with the soil easily. Waste should be disposed of properly. And what should we not do? We should not throw waste at any place. Harmful waste can harm the soil and make it infertile. Now, what is the meaning of infertile? Infertile in context to soil is not capable of supporting plant life. We should not destroy forests. Now, define the word fertile soil. Now, let's see what definition can you come up with on your own, and we'll have a discussion on it. Moving further, we are going to have the types of waste. Okay, on the basis of decomposition, there are two types of waste, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Waste like peels of vegetables and fruits, paper and wood can decompose or rot. It then finally mixes with the soil. These are known as biodegradable waste. They do not harm the environment. In fact, they are useful for soil as they make the soil more fertile by returning the nutrients so that the plants can grow easily. On the other hand, waste like plastic, polythene, rubber and glass do not decompose or rot. These are known as non-biodegradable waste. Such waste substances remain in the soil for a very long period of time, thereby polluting it. Hence, the soil loses its fertility and plants fail to grow in such soil. Now, this is Non-biodegradable waste. Can you see the non-biodegradable waste? Here we have lots of plastics. Okay, this cannot be broken down. Okay, and this causes a lot of pollution. The impact of pollution on wildlife. Animals living in forests are known as what? We all know. Wild animals. They are an essential part of wildlife. These animals are important for the benefit of our environment. Many wild animals are dependent on trees for their survival. Animals like monkeys and koala bears spend most of their lives on trees. Birds need trees to make their nests. Forests are being destructed to create cities, towns and factories. In this manner, if the deforestation is going to continuously happen, what will happen? These animals will lose their homes. Many animals are dependent on the plants for their food. This association between plants and animals forms the food chain. If any of these animals or plants is lost, it will impact the food chain and will cause other animals to die. This will eventually create an imbalance in nature, and definitely there's going to be a huge catastrophe because of it. Animals are dependent on lakes and rivers for water. If we continue to pollute our lakes and rivers, it can harm wild animals. This is how deforestation looks, children, and this is the impact of deforestation on animals. How sad. Reduce, reuse and recycle. There are three great ways in which one can eliminate waste. That is, reduce, reuse and recycle. These are the 3 R's of waste management. Now let's see what reduce is about. This implies that one should use natural resources wisely and help to conserve them as much as possible. For example, paper is obtained from trees. We can reduce the use of paper by using it from both sides or taking printouts only when required. In this way, we are wisely using this natural source. Reuse. One can reuse the materials or donate them for use by others. For example, plastics can be used to make various colorful and useful objects like pencil stand, plant vase and fruit bowls. Similarly, one can donate old clothes, blankets, etc. to those in need. Let's see what's recycle about. There are some resources that can be recycled for fresh use. For example, paper can be recycled, isn't it? Let's move further. What's the summary? We have come to the summary. Let's see what the summary has in store for us. The presence of harmful substances in air, water and land is known as pollution. These harmful substances are called pollutants. When unwanted chemicals, gases or particles enter the air, making it unfit for breathing, it is known as air pollution. Harmful substances introduced in water bodies such as lakes, rivers and oceans make the water dry and harmful to use. This is known as water pollution. When harmful substances are mixed with soil, it causes destruction of the earth's land surface. This is known as land pollution. There are 2 types of waste, that is biodegradable and non-biodegradable. Animals are dependent on lakes and rivers for water. If we continue to pollute our lakes and rivers, it can harm the wild animals and sea animals. Well, children, this is the end of the lesson. Hope you had a lovely time about keeping our earth clean. Have a great day. Thank you.